What's going on, good people? You're in the building with just one member of the Black Avengers of Life Games. It's me, it's Lamont Tyson, it's the channel. And today we're going to talk about a little bit about power, of course. We've got a new TV show coming on, Charm City Kings. We're going to review the trailer and we're going to discuss that. And on the back end of this whole video, we're also going to review The Boys, episode 5. Hell of a good show. I hope y'all aren't missing out on that. And for those of you, this show starts at 9 o'clock. I'm a fashionable YouTuber that likes to be here on time. When that thing says pending, it's just pending. I haven't started the show yet. We start at 9 o'clock promptly Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I just don't know where the rest of the crew is at today. So y'all might have to just listen to me ramble on and on about the good things that go on in power. And while we're here, let me shout out to everybody. Don, Da Vinci, Malika, Support Gaming, Cash Money, Future Mike, Marcus Bell, Chris P, I saw you up there. All my good people that keep coming back, showing a brother love. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Be sure to follow me on Instagram if you want to see more pictures of the baby. And also, let me see here. Larry, I didn't get the link. Okay. So no wonder Larry's not in here. I sent the brother a link. He said he ain't get it. I'm going to send it to him again so he can get in here and try to terrorize us too. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start this show, I want to just take the time to just say that 2020 has been a hell of a devastating year. There have been some big name people that lost their lives. Kobe, John Lewis, Chadwick Boseman. But one person that was very important, I'm not going to say the most important, I would say probably the most influential, is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And I want to send a special RIP to Ruth Bader Ginsburg because of everything she done to empower equality for minorities, empower equality for women, to be a voice in the Supreme Court when they started going nuts. She died today. She lost her battle with cancer. And some of us are scared as hell because now that Supreme Court, if they try to ram somebody in there before the lame duck session, it's going to be 6-9 GOP. And they've already got their wish list of shit they want to ram through. I want to say this, ladies and gentlemen. There's one way it can be stopped. Considering that Mitch McConnell, when Barack Obama was in office, Mitch McConnell was the one that said, I'm not bringing this thing to a vote because we need to let the American people get a vote. Do you think his Moscow Mitch hypocritical ass is going to do that now? No. He is going to try to ram somebody in there. And the way it gets stopped is we're going to need, if there's any of them left, Republicans who have integrity in the Senate to just say no. Nope. Not going to have it. Not going to do it. We're not going to bring this thing to a vote. Do I think that's going to happen? No. Because politicians are hypocrites. They say one thing in a dark room, and then when you turn on the lights, they saying something else. And we've known this has been the lifeblood for Mitch McConnell. So having said all those things, rest in peace, RBG. Your contributions to this country and to the world will live on. I hate that you had to die under this president, but the things you have done will always be remembered. And having said that, we'll get on with the show. What's going on, Buzz? Welcome to the show. What's going on, Landy Augustine? So let's talk about power, and we'll see when Larry jumps in here. In the trailer review I did this week, there was a clip in which you seen this brother right here looking a little how can I say this without offending somebody? Looking like he just ate a bunch of Twinkies, if you know what I mean. Very, very sweet. Well, this brother was saying to Mary J. Blige something along the effects of, and I'm paraphrasing here, you ain't handling your business out on them streets. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think he meant by that? What was he trying to say? Was he trying to say he needs to get somebody out there to help her handle the business? Was he trying to say whatever business he's got going on in the streets, she's not handling it? And here he is.
All right. I think you forgot to send the link.
No, I sent it twice.
Well, I got one of them that said it was at like 9 something.
No, I sent one at 8:55. But anyway, I just gave a shout out to RBG, man. I just cussed out Moscow Mitch and those hypocrites that ain't gonna have any integrity. He ain't gonna do what he did for Barack Obama and say, let the people vote. I'm just hoping that there are some Republicans who hate Trump enough or have integrity that are not going to let this simple majority put another Supreme Court person in there. I don't have high hopes for that, but that's how we started the show. Just RIP to RBG, a trailblazer, and 2021 can't get here fast enough. And then,
I think this could be really a double-edged sword for the Republican, well, for Trump particularly, because I think that if they go ahead and they put another Supreme Court justice on there before the election, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, we're talking about 40-something days. But if they do that before the election, the Republicans no longer need Trump. There's no need for them to support him. They will have gotten everything out of him that they said they wanted. They'll have gotten their Supreme Court picks. They'll have gotten their tax breaks for the rich people. They don't really need anything else from him. They can simply discard him if they want.
So, no. When you have power, you don't want to give it up. And they would love to carry that power over to 4 more years, because who knows who might retire from the Supreme Court legitimately if Trump was to win.
I hear you, but I think a lot of the Republicans realize that Trump is harming their party irreparably. They're not going to be able to come back from Trump for a long time. So
that's what I'm banking on. That's why I said we're probably going to have to hope people like Mitt Romney, Susan Collins, the chick from Alaska, Republicans like that decide, you know what? Nah.
Yeah. Well, I think Mitt Romney's going to be down with that. What's her name? Murkowski from Alaska already said that she's not going to vote.
She did.
Supreme Court. She said that a while ago. She said that that if there is a vacancy before the election, that she's not going to vote for confirmation. So
I believe
if we can
when
get
I
Romney
see it.
and her, and then Susan Collins is in a serious battle. If they can get those 3. I don't know who the whip is for the Senate and on the Democratic side. I don't know if it's Schumer or somebody else.
It's Chuck
But whoever
Schumer.
that whip is, man,
It's Chuck Schumer. He already done came out and rephrased what Mitch McConnell said when Barack Obama was in office, saying that it would be full integrity if we left it up to the American people this close to an election to decide. Yeah. But man, we've already seen how smarmy, wormy, punk ass Trump and McConnell are. And do you think they're going to try to wait? No. It's going to have to be Republicans who don't want Trumpism to take over the party.
Right.
To say no.
Here's a couple of thoughts that I had. One, if they already have 3, if they have Susan Collins, Murkowski, and Romney, if they have those 3, they only have to pick off one more. And if they can pick off one more Republican just to simply say we're not going to vote for confirmation, then you can hold it off until after the the new administration takes hold, and hopefully Joe Biden wins and we don't have to worry about any issues. We can get a better pick. But the other thing is, I mentioned this earlier to my wife. She just blew me out the water and said it was ridiculous. The Republicans would never do it, and I don't think they would. But I think one of the things that they could do, which would get their pick through, and the Democrats would have nothing to say about it, is if they nominated Merrick Garland. Now, Merrick Garland was Obama's pick that Mitch McConnell wouldn't let through because it was Obama's pick. But he is a fairly conservative judge, and I imagine would probably be a fairly conservative justice. But Democrats would be able to say, would have to say, well, that was Obama's pick. We can't really say anything against him, and the Republicans would get their pick. So. I mean, I think that would be if I was Trump or one of the Republican leaderships, I would think that would be a pretty politically savvy move, but I don't think they're going to do it.
Man, fuck no, man. He's not he's middle leaning, but he leans a little left. They're not. No, man. They want gutter trash.
I know they do, man. I know they want
another Kavanaugh. I mean, my God, man. Have you seen the federal judges? They have appointed one guy whose degree is not even in law to a federal court. I mean, come on, man. But anyway, let's get on to power. This is what we're talking about with power. I was showing the people this brother right here. Now, I didn't want to say he looks a little sweet, but he do look like something that tastes like cookies and Oreos, okay? This is Monet's husband, right? And
cookies and Oreos.
Yeah, hey man. I mean, you could say he looks sweet. I mean, it's on you. I ain't say it. I said I described him as looking like he could be a little cookies. But anyway, he told Monet, he was like, look, you ain't handling your business out there in them streets. When he said that, Larry, what I'm posing to the people, what is he really saying? Is he saying he's going to put some other people out there to handle his business? Is he saying that he realizes she out there messing around with too many people? Is he saying that she's losing her touch for the streets? What exactly do you think he's saying? And what is going to be his new orders for Monet when she's done with her conjugal visit with that smelly vagina that's got other penises smell on it?
Ooh, that was loaded, boy, right there.
Well, I mean, I'm a very profound brother when I want to be.
I think I'm trying to pull up the show so I can see all the names and on here.
His name is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, right? So, I think he might be maneuvering to put somebody else. I don't want to say somebody else in charge because he doesn't want to probably upset her. But I think he's probably putting somebody in place to be somewhat of a babysitter, maybe someone to monitor and see what's going on, so he can feel more connected. He can make more moves and more decisions. I mean, because when you're locked up, if you're locked up and you're a kingpin, I mean, what do you have except for the control over the dudes that you already have, control over your connects, to be able to control who gets to your connect and whatnot. And potentially, the idea that you are going to get out. And when you get out, people are going to need to deal with you. So they would rather deal with you on their good side than on the bad side. So I mean, it sounds to me like he's probably going to talk to somebody and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put you over here and let you handle this part of the business. Maybe he's going to take a piece of it away from her or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Because they've already got one story that's directly surrounding prison, I don't really see.
Someone said Samuel L. Jackson just died.
Man, ignore that for now, or you can look it up. I don't see them. I don't really see them weaving that into the story because they've already got the whole prison story going on with Tasha. So I just don't see them doing much with him other than having her occasionally visit him and give a report to what's going on in the streets. If they're going to have any involvement with him, I think it's going to be more toward the end of the season. And the running conspiracy is that Lorenzo was set up by Monet. And if Monet really and truly set Lorenzo up, why the hell is she telling every man she's sleeping with, I don't feel protected? You can't protect me. The person that can protect me is in prison. Maybe that's her. Maybe that's her way of.
He just may not know that it was Monet that set him up. or
Well,
maybe he doesn't want to know.
well, forget about him. I'm talking about Monet. Why does Monet keep telling people that they can't protect her the way Lorenzo can if she set him up and put him in prison?
Well, if she may still be under the assumption, like if he doesn't know, then she may feel safe thinking, okay, he doesn't know it was me who set him up. And so he's the one that still can protect me on these streets, because I mean, someone being powerful in jail is a very big deal, because if you're a criminal, you know that your own two things are going to happen to you. Either you're going to end up dead or you're going to end up in jail. And if you're dead, you don't need to worry about protection. But if you go to jail, you need to know who you're going to click up with. Because if you go to jail and you're by yourself and you can't find a crew, well, you might end up getting made somebody's wife, or just getting beat up or robbed, or all just constantly just get put upon. And so, I mean, protection is a big deal. I mean, on the streets and inside. So if she's still feeling safe, like he doesn't know, like if she did set him up and she's feeling like he doesn't know, he probably still has enough juice on those streets to protect her. And some random cop is not going to be able to do that.
No. Not another Rico Suave anyway. Nah. So we'll see. I'm interested in what's going to happen with him in episode 3. And this is the last point I want to make about Power so that we can move on to the other things we're going to cover tonight. All right. Larry, let's put this to bed. I made a special note so that we could talk about this on Friday.
All right.
It's about 50-50 between me reading comments and seeing things online and Courtney Kemp throwing out stuff to keep us intrigued. Is Ghost dead or alive? No, let me change that. Let me rephrase that. Is James St. Patrick dead or alive? Because Ghost can live on through Tariq. Ghost is a persona. Right. Ghost is not a real living human. Ghost is a persona. Is James St. Patrick still alive?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure Courtney Kemp even knows yet.
What?
I don't think we're going to see James St. Patrick on this show. I think for this show, Tariq has to establish himself as his own man and his own character for this show to succeed. And so in order for this show to continue to do well, it's a good show. In order for it to endure, he's going to have to establish himself. He can't have his father come in and have Ghost come in as the character we've all grown to want to see on the screen. So Tariq has to become his own character that we want to see. But now where we possibly could see Ghost or James St. Patrick is we could see him on Tommy's show. We could very well end up seeing Tommy, and then all of a sudden, 3rd or 4th episode in, Tommy's going to pay somebody a visit and deliver some groceries or something, and we see James St. Patrick, in some apartment getting healed up, getting patched up from being shot. So,
hey,
I could see that happening, but yeah. I don't see it happening on this show.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. James St. Patrick in Ghost Power Book 2, he's gone.
And part of it is because Tommy and Ghost are linked. They're linked together. They are essentially one unit. It's Tommy and Ghost. It's not Ghost. It's not Tommy. It's Tommy and Ghost. And so if they're gonna put Ghost back alive with someone, it's gonna be with Tommy.
Yeah, but I can see Tommy carrying a show by himself. I can see that. I can definitely see Tommy doing the show by himself because you can plug some other pieces with Tommy. It's not going to be Ghost, no. But I can see them doing a Tommy story where he finds other people, and we've kind of already seen that, to be his hitters, his delivery men. He gets in so much trouble that Ghost, James St. Patrick, has to pop up and save his ass. I could easily see that being a story. Yeah,
that could happen. That would be kind of fun to see it go down like that. Or it could be something where maybe Ghost is, I don't know, maybe he's temporarily paralyzed or something from getting shot, and he's up there in a wheelchair, with his computer system playing Nintendo or something and directing traffic from behind his walls. and Tommy's up there running through the streets in LA or wherever they sent him. And so maybe you have the same thing, sort of what they do now, except one's sort of like the tech dude from behind, making phone calls, running everything, and doing all the thinking, and Tommy's out there running the streets, killing people, selling drugs. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it all goes down. I don't think it'll be something that simplistic, because they seem to really, it seems like they really enjoy writing for these characters, because they seem like they do put a fair amount of thought into them. Yeah. And some of these shows that we've watched, you can see where they just sort of phone it in. They don't seem like they do that here. They actually seem like they care about the characters. So I definitely can see James St. Patrick coming back on Tommy's show, but that's where it would happen. It's not going to come back. He's not going to be back on the show with Tate, not unless we see him first with Tommy. We're not going to see him back on Tariq's show probably until I'd be surprised if we saw him before season 3 or 4, because they'll run Tariq's show for a few seasons. Tommy's show, he'll be on there and no one will know he's alive. And then it'll probably pop up when he has to go out there, maybe because Tariq gets himself in so much trouble that Tommy and Ghost basically have to go get him out, and then maybe you can have a story with some sort of reconciliation between the two of them, since, obviously Ghost might have some sort of feelings that his son blasted him, but, maybe if he goes out there and saves him, maybe he'll feel some sort of way about, okay, I don't owe you anything. You tried to kill me. I came back, saved your life. I'm done with you. But then at that point, maybe Tariq feels, whatever I was angry with, I'm okay now. I'm in the game and I'm hustling. I'm trying to make moves. I see what you were going through, and I have a better understanding of who you are and why you did some of the things you did. And he maybe appreciate the fact that he showed up and saved his life. So maybe if that storyline goes down that road, maybe I can see them reconciling somehow. So, and if they do, maybe it'll be on a more level footing.
James St. Patrick is dead, y'all, especially on this show. Just that simple. Moving right along.
But who's not dead? Who's not dead?
Ramona's dead too. Ramona's
alive and well.
You will not be slipping sliding on her forehead. Ramona is dead. She's not.
We're gonna see her on the Tate show.
Okay, I mean I can live with that if they decide to do the Tate show. We'll see. Now moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, if you're finding me and Larry for the first time,
why are y'all trying to move away so quickly from Ramona? Why every time we bring up Ramona, you trying to move on to the next thing?
Please subscribe to both channels, ladies and gentlemen. We both have Instagrams. The links are in the video description. Check us out. We put up content on Instagram. I put up pictures of the baby, stuff like that. If y'all want to see me flipping out with the child, and super chatters. So we're going to be doing a trailer review for a show that comes out on HBO October the 8th. It's called Charm City Kings. Let's take a look at the trailer. It's got a lot of hype. It's got a lot of people from our community pushing it. And let's see if we can figure out what it's all about.
You're new to Baltimore. You gotta go to the ride. The ride? Every Sunday in the summer, everybody with a bike show out. This bike's far as you can see it. Pull the bike back, straight up, like the hands of a clock when it hit midnight.
What's that?
That's the Midnight Clique. They got the best bikes, the best tricks, the best riders. Just flex. Midnight Clique legend.
So that's who you want to be down with then?
Want bet? Bet you. $50. My bike is the best one out of all of us, bro. Last year I was just Mouse. This year I'm finna be MNC Mouse. And nobody gonna stop me.
Click ain't gonna respect you till you pulling up on a new bike. This ain't a charity, but you could rebuild it if you want to earn it.
What about my friends, though? I'm not working for free in no auto shop. That ain't even how you go about getting your own bike in Baltimore City, yo. How you do it then? Like that.
Y'all do exactly what I say, and you gonna get paid.
Where you get all this?
Oh, Lord, everything costs.
You need to be more wise about who you make your friends. When it's time to be loyal, everybody disappeared.
I just want you to know that I'm here for you and that I got your back.
You never been?
To the ocean. I ain't never been outside West Baltimore before.
We'll go one day.
Don't give up on your dreams. They don't get no easier to hold on to.
Boys wait for other people. Men go out and get it. What you want to do?
Where you been at today? I will lock your ass up.
Stacking that spinach, you know the routine.
You know what a second chance life for people like me and you? People like us don't get no second chances, Mouse.
You know the routine, you know the routine.
Just promise me you're gonna do right.
Larry.
So is that a movie?
No, it's going to be. I think it's a series, and if it's not a series and it's a movie, you want me to tell you the first thing I thought about? Now y'all might get mad at me, okay? But I'm sorry. When I saw that, the first thing I thought about was they done took the Shy and put them kids on motorcycles in Baltimore. Fast and Furious on bikes is what I thought when I saw. They even got a chubby kid with glasses. They even got a kid that's tall with dreads. Then they got a Kevin lookalike. Man, this better be good. This better be good, or I'm going to join Lena Waithe and her executive law team to join the lawsuit, because that shit looked like the Shy on bicycles, motorcycles in Baltimore. Larry, your thoughts?
Well, it's interesting because it's like they it seems like HBO is going back to the well, because they had that wildly successful series in Baltimore that some people like me think is the best TV show to ever air, The Wire.
The Wire.
And that show was bomb as it can possibly be. And it's set in Baltimore. Now, they also had a really successful documentary set in Baltimore, too, called The 12 O'Clock Boys, which was about those dudes that roll around on those bikes and ATVs. And when I first moved out here, I used to live over there near Baltimore, like right next to Baltimore. And every time I would go over there, you would anytime you were rolling around on like a Saturday or a Sunday, you would see the 12 O'Clock Boys just rolling through. I mean, they would smash through like 50, 75 deep with their bikes doing stunts and tricks. It was crazy. So I don't know. It's somebody who's lived over in Baltimore for a while. It seems like it would be fun just to see how they do it, because every time I've seen them do something in Baltimore, they seem like they're pretty, like some of the stuff is pretty gritty, but they seem like they try and stay fairly true to what it is. And one thing I like is they usually seem to grab local actors, and so I don't know. We'll see how it goes down. I hope it looks good. I hope they do it justice. It looked like it was a movie though, and not a series.
All right, well, let's check this out. It could be a movie. It's got, let me see here and put this on the screen. Produced by Jada Pinkett and Will Smith in association with Meek Mills. Rated R. So I think this is a movie potentially. Either way, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to definitely check it out and let y'all know what it's all about. I've seen that young actor, the main character they kept. I've seen him in a couple of other shows. He can act his butt off. Yeah. And I'm interested to see if this other kid going to be Papa number 2, because he showed up. Like he got that look. Yeah, man. Now the guy that they got.
I was like, is that Papa?
That's what I was like, damn, they got a Papa knockoff. Papa should be somewhere upset. Like, what the? If y'all needed a Papa, why ain't y'all just come get Papa? It's probably what he gonna be saying. And Kevin could say the same thing. If y'all need another Kevin, y'all know what I'm made of. Come get me.
Man,
we'll see though. The movie looks good to me. I think I'm gonna give it a shot and let y'all guys know what it's all about. And we're from that.
Kid, I don't know if his production schedule would have worked, but they could have got that kid from Shameless.
They could have.
Because he's about that right age. He's about that age right now.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is a movie. It's been confirmed. It's not a TV series. It's a movie. So you got the Shy moving to Baltimore, and they're going to be on motorcycles. That's what you got. That's what you got. Now we need to make sure they put a Keisha on the show. We need to make sure they put, what's that other one you like from the Shy, Larry? Emmett's girl, baby mama. She need to be on the show too. So make sure that y'all got them.
Cupcake away?
Yeah. No, man, she ain't no cupcake away, man. Make sure you put both of them on the show. I mean, on the movie. Excuse me. All right, now let's get on into these meat and taters and move it along.
Chris
Larry
B said, "Yeah, Frank's black son from Shameless." He said he's good.
Yeah, he's good. Definitely,
he's good.
All right, if y'all finding us for the first time, please subscribe. I'm Lamont. That's Larry. Links in the video description. Follow us on the gram. It's time to finish this rest of this video off, Larry. We've got to talk about The Boys episode 5.
Man, I'll be honest with you. I only got to about 20 minutes because I was watching today, and then I got a text that said that RGB died, so I immediately turned it off and put the news on, and so I didn't finish watching the whole episode. So
okay,
I only saw like the first 20 minutes of it.
So how you want? You want to save it for Monday? You want to talk about the 20 minutes? What you want to do? Because I don't want to spoil nothing for you.
Oh man, it's all good. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about what I saw so far, or we can hold whichever one. I'm gonna let you choose. Dealer's choice.
The first 20 minutes, we'll dive right on into it. Because I mean, I could literally go through this segment by segment. This shit was so good, man. Oh man, it was good. So first and foremost, they start this particular episode off with Homelander.
Dude is out of control, man. Dude is out of control all the way.
Man, look, so
they need to do something with him.
So Homelander is so upset with Maeve. He's killed all her other boyfriends. He's talked about killing her very hot lesbian girlfriend. He's so upset with her. He's got her portraying to be the lesbian of the group. So he's got her doing a commercial where she's saving a chick who's lesbian, and they're doing all this gay pride stuff. And in the middle of that, his manager comes and shows him a video of when he went. Why did he have to go to Africa, Larry? First of all, you know I got to pick on that. So he goes to Africa where they had this one guy who had powers to blow the wind. Homelander lands in Africa, looks at that guy, says, "Hee," and eyeballs him, shoots a beam at him, kills him, goes through the clothes hanger, and kills an innocent bystander. And from that, we start having protests in the street that say, take away his powers. He's upset, and they don't want him to do anything. Stan specifically told his manager, don't you do shit. Do y'all think Homelander listened to him?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Larry, expand on just that segment. Why the hell did they have to have him go to Africa and shoot somebody that wasn't even the Black Panther? Because the Black Panther might would have kicked his ass.
Man, yeah, that vibranium mage just went ahead and deflected those beams right back at him.
Exactly.
But man, you know what they're doing. They're playing up all this racial stuff in this show, and I hope they have something that ties it together so it doesn't just end up looking ugly. Because they already have Homelander with his BS, and now you have Stormfront with all her racist shit. I just hope if they're playing this and walking this racial line, I hope there's a real story tie-in and not just ugliness, because we have enough ugliness. I don't want to see that just being it. I don't want there to be that just for the sake of it being that. I want there to actually be a story tie-in where there's going to be some consequences to this bad behavior. So,
well, I feel like they're giving you a lot of isms. You've got a feminazi, as Rush Limbaugh coined the phrase. You have a real deal feminazi who does not like Black people and minorities at all. She thinks she's superior, but on top of that, she thinks she's one of the superior, superpowered people to go along with that. And she has figured out that she knows how to placate Homelander. Homelander's weakness is he's just like Donald Trump and Mike Pence, just like I told Larry, but Larry don't want to see the connection. Homelander, if the people don't like him, he throws a tantrum. He gets off his game. He doesn't know how to act. That was evident throughout this whole entire episode.
No, I'll give you. He is like them in that respect. I'll give you that.
Yeah, he's just like that. And the other thing that was, I guess, I'm not gonna say ironic, but was funny about Homelander in the beginning. You saw when Stormfront said, "Let me help you with your issues," and he basically blew her off. Well, Larry, I'm gonna spoil this part for you. By the
Okay.
end, he's gonna come back for some help. A lot of he's gonna get some help, all right. And before we get to that, let's move on to probably what you saw next. So, did you get a chance to see them bite the Avengers when they had all three of the girls? They had Maeve, Stormfront, and Light Up Eye Girl standing there when the one girl they was using in the commercial scene was like, "How are you three going to get this through here?" And all three of the girls came together and said their little speech.
Girls will get it done.
Yeah, I said to myself, y'all stole that from Avengers Infinity War when Captain Marvel came and got the damn Thanos gauntlet, and they was like, "How are you going to get through all of them?" That's what Spider-Man asked him, and then all the girls lined up behind her and said, "She's got help." I thought they was going to say that, but they didn't. and then did you at least get to the point where Starlight confronted Stormfront because Starlight's mother showed up and started running her mouth about Compound V?
I did. I left off at the part where Mother's Milk and Huey met Butcher at his aunt's house, and Black Noir showed up, and that's right where I got off, where Butcher was shutting the blinds, and that's where I cut off.
Now, see, when I started watching last night, that's where I originally cut off. But you missed before we even get to that. You at least we got to talk about how Butcher in his pain and torment because Becca won't leave that baby boy.
Right.
It caused him to, and a lot of people do this, ladies and gentlemen. He went to a techno club and started picking a fight just so that he can get beat up. Just so that he can get beat up and feel pain. A lot of people, when life is too stressful for them, they want to feel pain. Some people it's physical, for men mostly, and for women it tends to be emotional. And it can be either one for both. But he wanted to get beat up. He got his ass beat up. He went to a grocery store and they zoomed in on Farm Fresh by Vought, which just shows you how vast the Vought organization is in everybody's life. And then they had like 3 or 4 statues of the Vought women. They had Starlight and Maeve in that same store. Now, before Butcher could get out the store, he got a phone call from Huey. And I found this enlightening because the way Butcher is behaving this episode is the way Huey was behaving last season when he lost his girlfriend.
Right.
It's like they're just flipping it backwards. Now Butcher don't know how to deal with anything. He can't deal with life. He just don't want to go on. And that's how Huey was. But
I loved it. I love that part when Huey got the phone with Butcher and he went and told Mother's Milk. He said, "Hey, something's wrong with Butcher. Something's off." And he just and Mother's Milk just started sort of dismissed him. And he said, "Why? What happened?" Huey said, "He was nice to me. He was like really nice. He told me I was his canary." And all of a sudden you can see Mother's Milk got real serious. He dropped everything he was doing and said, "Tell me everything that he said."
Right. But
it was like, oh, this is for real.
Like he knew the shit was going down then, Larry. He knew. But speaking of Mother's Milk, like Larry said, my man be rocking the best t-shirt game. Did you see that Dr. J t-shirt he had on?
I'll tell you, some of you think my t-shirt game is on point. That dude's at a whole nother level, man.
Yeah, man. I bet he ain't paid for none of them either, old punk self, getting all them free t-shirt. But hey, he rocking that t-shirt game. So now so before we get to where Larry finished, let's talk about our boy the Deep and how he's becoming the poster child for that knockoff Christian organization that is really more of a Scientology organization trying to resurrect his career to get him back in the 7. But what he don't understand is, Larry, they using him. That to me, I think they are a covert Vought type organization trying to use these superpowered people to get more prominence. What do you think about that organization?
No, I agree. I think they're definitely using him, but I think what may happen is I think he may be fine with that because I think the Deep so much wants to be loved and he wants people's approval. He wants to be thought of with the same esteem as Homelander. And so if he ends up with him in this organization that's sort of putting him out front, like he is all of these things, like he's this wonderful person and they're rehabilitating his reputation. And even though the girl that he's with is not like the one that he wanted, I think if she starts to serve the purpose that he once served, I think he'll grow to care for her. But I think he's going to embrace this, even though I think right now he's going through the motions because he thinks it's going to get him back into the 7. But I think he might realize I don't need to be back into the 7 to get what I want. These people can give it to me. And I think that's going to be interesting when that changes, when the mindset changes from they can help me get back to the 7 to I don't need the 7. They're going to get me what I need. I want to see how he's going to change. And because all of a sudden then he's no longer going to feel constrained. Like I need to do this or I need to do that so I can get back to the 7. Then he's going to be sort of, he's going to be unleashed in a lot of ways. And maybe we'll get to see what he's really capable of.
Nah, he's an idiot. No,
he is an idiot, but I think he also wants some power.
For him, power is in the 7. And I don't think he's bright enough to realize that group he's dealing with has power. But to buffer your argument, something does happen at the end of this episode that might make him start to see the light. I'm going to have to tiptoe around this stuff, Larry, because you'll see when you see it. So,
okay.
Let's talk about our girl, Kam Chi. You saw where she was? Did you see her rip that man face off?
Woo, boy, she peeled it. She grabbed it. And did you see those Russian dudes when they looked terrified, like, oh shit, what is this? Because she took that dude from like his ear and just peeled his whole face right down that was just disgusting. Woo!
Man. And then she went over there and broke homeboy's wrist the way her brother's wrist got broke.
Yeah.
And what you don't know yet is that she was hired to do this. Before she got with the boys, she done this because she's had so much torment from other people coming and harming her brother, and her brother's family. So she basically became a mercenary. And because she's feeling the weight of what happened to her brother, she's back to being a paid mercenary again. And the guy that likes her, I can't think of his name, is following her around. And eventually they end up in a church. And that's when he realizes someone is paying her to do these jobs. He basically cussed her out and says, you're becoming a monster. Your brother wouldn't want this. If you continue going down this road, you have no soul. And at that moment, they're going to have an interaction where I feel he might have finally broke through to her. Because really,
I thought it was so interesting that you meant, because when he followed her into the room and he saw the aftermath of what she did, he looked really, really disturbed. And at the same, it was a weird combination. He looked sort of impressed, like, wow, this is what she can do. But he also looked really disturbed, like, holy crap, So
So I gotta read this.
That his reaction is gonna be that. I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking forward to seeing that now because I've been rooting for those two to figure something out so that they can actually be together. Because I like those two together.
So I gotta read this from my man, the Big Buzz. Shouts out to my homie who super chat every video. He's saying he just Googled the Butcher and he's supposed to be an extremely skilled fighter. And Buzz is like, really? So in the comics, yes, but on this show, no. But Buzz, let's even go this direction with it. Okay, who gives a damn how skilled of a fighter you are if you punch in concrete?
Yeah,
I mean, if you're fighting people with superpowers, I don't give a damn if you got a black belt in martial arts, karate, jiu-jitsu, MMA, Donald Trump MWA, the WWE. I don't care how many damn black belts you got. You're not going to do
but I have to
nothing.
take issue with you on one point with that.
Go ahead.
Batman.
Okay, if Batman got into a fight with Superman and he ain't got no kryptonite, his ass is getting killed.
I feel you, but when you add all of his superpower of being rich, all of his gadgets, all of his intelligence, he was getting it in with Superman. I mean, he took on the Kryptonian and was getting it in.
Larry, you're getting off mission. We're talking about Butcher, not Batman.
I know, but I'm just saying the idea of someone without superpowers being able to take on someone with superpowers, it seems unlikely, but it's still there's still a possibility that it can happen. That's all I'm saying.
Well, okay. I mean, sure, but in terms of this show, we haven't seen anything to indicate to us that the boys have an advantage over the superpowered people other than recruiting more superpowered people, especially Butcher. And
so are they gonna welcome? Are they still gonna welcome Huey in when Huey takes that compound V?
Of course, as long as he don't go crazy. And
but you know they hate soup, and he's gonna become a soup.
Well, Com Chi is a soup.
That's true, and they don't hate her. That's right.
No, don't hate her.
No, you're right.
They are starting to tolerate Starlight because they know she's helping them.
Right.
No,
you're right. Okay.
So, now let's talk about A-Train, and they're kicking his ass off the show.
His punk ass.
They're kicking him out of the
coming in with rewrites for the show.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man.
So they gave him a script for his commercial to say goodbye, get out of here. He didn't want to do it because he really don't want to leave the 7, right?
Right.
And they basically told him, you're going to say it. Okay. So now he's sitting there outside the trailer about to cut his commercial when in comes Stormfront sucking on her damn pumpkin spice latte, being a pure racist. You saw that part, right, Larry?
Oh, where she was talking to her, what's her name's mom?
No, she was talking to A-Train.
I'm not sure. I probably saw it.
Okay, so basically telling him that some people are better than other people, and then she would take a deceptive sip on her damn pumpkin spice latte. And he's like, you're not like that. She's looking at him. Yes, some people are better than other people. Basically saying that white people are better than black people. And his little feelings were hurt. But basically she told him, you're going to have to do this the way your lines are, or I'm going to call Homelander. And they're not going to let him deal with Homelander. And as a matter of fact, when they shoot his commercial, they have Homelander's back to us, people viewing, with A-Train looking him in the face. And then when they cut, it wasn't even Homelander. And then they talk about how they can't deal with him anymore because he keeps taking Compound V and having heart attacks. That's why we keep seeing him getting spaced out, because he keeps taking more and more Compound V. And I think they highlighted that last season when he left the bag with his girlfriend.
Right.
So, but in the end of this episode, and I don't want to give it all away, but Larry, you're going to see a come to Jesus meeting between two soups that might wind up inviting A-Train because of their hatred of Homelander.
Huh.
And I ain't going to tell you who it is. I ain't going to tell you nothing about that. I'm just going to stop the review right there.
I'm gonna take a guess and say it's gonna be Maeve.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say it's gonna be Maeve and probably Starlight.
No, Maeve
Maeve in the deep.
Maeve is gonna reach out to the deep because Maeve is smart enough to know that the people he's caking up for could potentially be as powerful as Vought. So she's gonna go holler at him about taking down Homelander.
Okay.
And you've already got a disgruntled A-Train. You've already got a Starlight who's trying to take down the 7. I told you I could easily see this by the end of the year. The only people left in the 7 is going to be Black Noir, Stormfront, and Homelander against everybody else. And you can kind of see them. Looks like they're building toward that. But then
sounds like the 3.
But then I'm not going to really tell you what happens with the Black Noir and the Butcher and all that. I'll let you see that. But
Okay.
I will say this. There's going to be a sex scene, and you've already seen a clip of the sex scene. It's going to be real weird but see what you saw, Larry, you didn't know was a clip of the sex scene, but you've seen it already.
Huh. Okay.
You want me to go
check it out?
You want me to tell you about it?
No. I want to see it.
Okay. And when you see it, you're going to be freaked the hell out.
Chris P says Mother from Raised by Wolves can take all the soups out with a single scream.
Man,
if you've seen Raised by Wolves, you know exactly what he's talking about, boy. She basically screams and people just explode.
So you mean to tell me they done stole another character from Marvel because that particular character has the powers of the guy from Marvel who's the head of the Inhumans, Black Bolt.
Maybe
that's what Black Bolt's powers is in the Inhumans. He never talks because if he opens his mouth and the sound comes out of his mouth, he can crack the earth in half.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, man. So that's why he never talks in the Inhumans.
Okay.
Oh, man. Okay.
So sex scenes between Ramona and Larry.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to shout out Buzz and Dan the Man because they have super chatted and they deserve a video clip to say thank you. So for my man Buzz, let me give him this one because he's a little old school and he'll recognize this. Buzz, my family, NBA on NBC, throwback that one of my favorite sports interests ever. You are the NBA on the Life Games channel right here, my man. I appreciate you every time you super chat. And for Dan the Man, I'm
gonna give you a challenge. I'm gonna give you a challenge to find one of those memes with Howard Cosell.
I'll do that.
Oh man, because if we could get a Howard Cosell joint up in there.
and for Dan the Man, this one is for you, my G. I'm gonna keep it sports.
We just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice. Practice? We're talking about practice, man. We're talking about practice. We're talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We're talking about practice, man.
Dan the Man, we talking about super chat. We ain't talking about regular chat. We ain't talking about street chat. We ain't talking about practice chat. We talking about super chat. And that's what you did. And I appreciate you, homie. I appreciate it.
Hey, all right, man. He used to give the press conferences for that ass, boy.
And folks, anytime you super chat, I've got 1,000 of those. I just go back throughout the era of my life and find some of the best pop culture clips. And I love to bring them to you guys because they're funny. So, Larry, any closing words on what's going to go on with you this weekend? Any moves in the stock market? What you want to end this show with? We got 6 minutes left.
Yeah, man. I mean, as far as I've been just sort of not making any moves until I get up out my Tesla stock. So I'm still waiting. I told myself that I was gonna make a move. I probably should have got out a couple of days ago when I had the chance, and I didn't. And and then I told myself if I didn't, I was gonna wait. And if it didn't move before the day before Battery Day, I was just gonna hold on to it until Battery Day. So Battery Day is on Monday. So I'm fully expecting that on Monday, or excuse me, Battery Day is on Tuesday. So I fully expect Monday that the stock is gonna move a lot. I'm fully expecting people are going to buy the crap out of Tesla on Monday, anticipating that the stock is going to have a big move on Tuesday. And so I think there's going to be a lot of people buying, trying to get in at a lower price. And I think it's going to drive this. I think it's going to drive the stock price up a bit. So we'll see what happens with it. Other than that, I don't know, man. I just, this weekend I'm just going to chill.
Hey, look, check this out, Larry. Dan the man done came back for some more. I got to put this one. Lamar, we're not talking about no regular chat, man. We're talking about super chat. Dan, I got another one for you, my brother. Let me see here. Let me see which way I want to go with this one. Okay. I'm gonna take you with this one because I'm feeling a little political today. This is one of my favorite political ones. This one always makes me and Larry laugh.
I represent the rent is too damn high party. Playing the silly game, but it's not going to happen. The rent too damn high movement. The people I'm here to represent can't afford to pay their rent. Listen, someone's stomach, child's stomach just growled. Did you hear it? Rent is too damn high.
Rent is too damn high. That's why I need y'all super chat.
Is up there just trying to keep him laughing. It's just hilarious.
That's why I need y'all to super chat. The rent is too damn high.
Damn high.
And then the way my man started talking all fast, and I'm talking about the people, the movement. Rent is too damn high.
This little baby's stomach rumble. Did you hear it?
You gotta listen like me. Rent is too damn high. I appreciate you, Dan the man. We really appreciate it.
Building.
Yeah, man. So
what do you plan on doing this coming week?
Man, I don't think that Tesla is going to go high until Wednesday after everything happens with Battery Day. Yes, they're going to assign my 100 shares of Tesla. I'm going to lose them $405. I ain't mad. I'm mad, but I ain't mad. Because It looks like it's getting ready to take that run right back up there. I told you it's going to go back to 750 at least. It's going to go back. I just didn't know how quickly. And with the way the other stocks in that field have been doing, I don't know if you follow Workhorse, but Larry, I should have never sold my stake in Workhorse. They at $30, man. And if you remember when I bought them in April, I got them for like $10.
Yeah, that's a nice run up.
Yeah, but something tells me it's gonna dial back a little bit. It's just a matter of when. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
Workhorse is having issues though, because Workhorse had all those their books were bad.
Well, they just got a contract with the United States Postal Department. So whatever issues they had, everybody's speculating that they're going to get fixed with that big contract. What I'm going to do next week, I'm debating about rebuying Tesla. I've made a lot of money off of them, and even with this assignment, I'm still making a lot of money. And I did calls on them for 3 weeks and got $1,000 every week, and then I'm getting the difference in what my cost basis is. So I'm honestly thinking about buying 100 shares. I'm not sure that I'm going to put them up for a call again. I might not. But I'm also going to be buying a lot of the leisure stocks that have been depressed because of COVID-19. So I'm going to get into Southwest Airlines. That's my favorite one of those. I am thinking about buying some hotels. Marriott, I'm thinking about buying them. I'm going to get on some Johnson & Johnson.
I'm assuming those are long-term plays, those leisure stocks, because I don't think they're going to do well in the short term.
No, they're not. But because we're this close to the election, and I'm banking that Biden wins, because consumer confidence and probably business confidence is going to go up if Biden wins. Now, these hoodickies running hedge funds, they don't like the sound of that. But they say that when secretly I know they love the sound of it, because the stock market has had its greatest runs when Democrats are in control of the presidency. The tax rate, on the other hand, might not be favorable, but you get your greatest runs in the stock market when you have Dems as president. So as much as they might be upset about it, I think they're hedging their bets, and I'm going to hedge mine too. I think that And I might wait and make my buys over October. But
Okay.
right now, between now and if Biden gets the win, it's a good time to start buying leisure stock because I think consumer sentiment and confidence will go up. But those are the
Right.
ones I'm looking at. I'm looking at Johnson and Johnson. I'm looking at Southwest Airlines. I'm looking at Marriott. I had Penn Gaming. I made a lot of profit on it and I sold it. So now I'm looking at MGM and Caesars. Those are two good ones that pay dividends. And
What
then
are
other
they at
than
right
that,
now?
Caesars is at 85 or 55, one of the two.
Okay.
And Marriott is $100. And I don't know if I'm gonna get too much of them. And I'm thinking about buying Realty Income because they pay a monthly dividend and they've been down because of Corona. And that's going to probably come back when we get the confidence back with having a new person in leadership. And I'm also sure up my Disney. I'm selling Facebook. I'm done.
You're done with Facebook, huh?
I'm done. Man, of all the big stocks they tell you to have, Microsoft, Amazon, Netflix, Facebook, the only ones that I really, really care for is Amazon. That's the only one. I've had Facebook. I'm up with Facebook, but I'm getting out of it. I don't believe in them anymore. I've never been a fan of Netflix, even though the stock went through the roof this year. I think they're at their peak. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking for value and growth in the stock. And some of these tech stocks have peaked out. Now, they are still great for your portfolio because they are a hedge against losses. And they will continue to grow. But I'm also right now, I'm looking for something that's going to take the growth that I'm going to lose from tech in the leisure area. And I just want to go ahead and make those investments now. That's all I'm doing.
I'll tell you, I still like Netflix because I think that the streaming services are just going to continue to grow.
I agree.
I think the movie theaters,
I'm shoring mine up with Disney. That's what I'm going to do.
I think the movie industry and the movie theaters I think there's going to be an industry change for forever. I don't think that we're going back to normal. I think there may be a period of time where people go back to the theaters for a little while, but I think the way that people consume, new content is fundamentally changing, and I think it's just going to be a little while before the theaters or before the studios come up with a model that will work for them to make money. I think they're going to come up with a new business model, and I'm not exactly sure what it is, but the reality of it is that we're not going back to the movies inside of walk-in movie theaters probably through the rest of the year, and probably likely not till midway through 2021 or even after that. And I know that they started to open up some of these movie theaters, and they're talking about trying to have, all these safety measurements, but safety measures in place. But the problem is that people still don't feel safe. Nope. The numbers that they've shown from the movies that have gone into the theaters are abysmal, where they're just like people like that, like Tenet would have been better off financially if they just would have sold that film to Netflix or to Disney or somebody else and just said, okay, they could have sold it to Amazon and made it an exclusive on Amazon or on Disney Plus or whatever, and they probably would have made more money because the film's just not making any money in the theaters, not because it's not a good movie, but because there's no one going. And the way that is right now, when you look at other places that have been reopening, they're spiking. When you look at, if you look at Europe, there's like one country in Europe that's in the green where the numbers are going down. Everybody else is like in the red or in the orange or in the beige, which is holding steady. They're like, in most of throughout Europe, they're spiking. And this is because they thought they were through whatever phase, and they started reopening everything, and now numbers are going back up. We've seen the numbers that have been going up here. We're about to hit 200,000 people dead, and the numbers are going to just go up again. And, you have people that don't want to wear a mask. And so it's just, I don't see anything changing for the better anytime soon. I see things getting worse, maybe in the short term, and then maybe they level out. But because of that, I think the movie theaters are probably going to get to a point where they have to close again. And when they close again, a lot of them are going to be done for good. and that's going to leave streaming services for us to have. So
And
I think Netflix is going to be a winner. I think Hulu, I think Disney, all of them are going to be winners in the long term.
I'm banking on Disney because it gives me Disney gives me variety, whereas Netflix and Hulu doesn't. Disney, the stock, they're banking on Disney Plus as part of their portfolio, but the biggest bang for their buck comes from their theme parks. And even with their theme parks being like more than 50% of the revenue and them being closed, the stock has still done well, and their revenues, even though they was depressed, they wasn't depressed that badly, and they've been shoring up Disney Plus. And wait till those Marvel movies get cranking out. Disney went down to $99. What, I think maybe in May, and I told everybody to buy it up. I ain't seen none of y'all super chat me none of that money because y'all be sitting back taking my advice, but only a handful of y'all throw some kickbacks. You know what I'm saying? I bought some. And then I sold for profits because I bought a bunch of shares, and when it hit 128, I sold, and then I put some money somewhere else. So I'm getting ready to shore that back up, and I'm gonna just sit on them. I'm gonna just sit on them, and I'm gonna just wait. So there's a bunch of stocks, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at that I'm gonna buy, and I'm gonna just sit on.
Yeah, I bought my Disney at $21. So
good God Almighty, your cost basis, man. Lord, how many shares you got?
Not many. So I didn't buy that many at the time. I didn't have that much money to buy, but I wanted Disney. Disney was the first stock I ever bought. I bought it because I love Disneyland. So
guess what was the first stock I bought on Robinhood, and I sold it, and it's worth like $600 now.
Oh damn. I don't know, what, Nvidia or something?
Nvidia, yep. I got Nvidia for like $32.
Oh damn. That's crazy.
Back when Robinhood first started, I got 10 shares of Nvidia for like $32, like 2016.
Wow.
Man.
That's impressive.
Yeah, man.
That would have been amazing. Jeez.
Yep. So, but anyway, man, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all I'm be doing this weekend. For those of you that keep wanting people to collab with me and Larry, we reach out to everybody. We don't discriminate. We be trying to get people involved, but we ain't about to beg nobody on bended knee like fucking boys to men. If we ask you twice and you ignore us, no. So if you guys have other YouTubers you want to collab with us, send them to my Instagram, send them to Larry's Instagram. Send them to my Facebook Life Games page. Tell them, send me a message, and we'll link up. Next week, thanks to my homegirl, Muchella, who hangs with the fellas, we might be having a special guest who plays on Power right now to break down some things, tell us about her career, where she's going to be going with Power, and see if I can use the powers of my eyes to get some extra information out of her, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned for next week.
Info out of her. Just grab baby L and put her up there and let her goo goo gaga and hypnotize her with the baby love, and then say, "Now let me ask you this."
That's a good one, man, because L can do it, man. Matter of fact, shout out to my daughter, man. I keep a picture of my daughter here. Shout out to the baby L. Shout out to my little booger. I love that little girl. Even though she keeps me up at night, keep her mama up, she's getting better. I love that little girl, and I want the best for her. But again, let me just say this again. Rest in peace to all the great people that contributed to the world that we lost in 2020. Two people I wanted my daughter to meet, which was Chadwick Boseman and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She won't get that opportunity to meet them. Hopefully she'll grow up and be the next Ruth Bader Ginsburg herself. And if me and Larry have anything to do with it, she will.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll, hopefully Biden and Kamala Harris will win, and Biden's old, so we might end up with a President Harris. So she might get to meet the first female president that'll also be black.
Hope so. And having said that, ladies and gentlemen, mask up, be safe.
Please mask up.
Take care of your family. And until that next Sexy as Hell video and review that I'll be dropping on Sunday, we'll see you.
Peace.